have so many different credentials in real estate. You are a licensed broker. You've got a ton of certifications. You've got a master's in business. Share with all of us the plethora of things that make you a true expert in your field.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, first of all. You're moving on up from guest to host, so the student becomes the master now, right? But yeah, this will tie into, I think, some of what we'll talk about later as well, but my whole mentality in my career has been learn as much as you can and do as much as possible, and that'll only benefit you. And I've always been curious in a lot of different areas. So I started off as a real estate agent, worked my way into a broker's license. I ended up getting a master's finance certification from University of Texas. I got my project management professional certification later on as part of my real estate development career. And then as I moved into commercial management, I have my Community Managers Association's license. And so all of these credentials have been a result of me being curious in different areas of my career and wanting to learn more. And ultimately, it's led me to be a kind of Swiss Army knife in the real estate industry.
I like it. I would say, a Swiss Army knife on steroids, because you're not just multifunctional, you're actually really good with every one of your tools and background and certifications. Tell me, when you've dipped your toe into curiosity into different parts of real estate, have you found any pools that you haven't liked to dip in with your curiosities?
I started down the path of learning accounting and starting to think about maybe getting my CPA license at one point, because I'd gone through all the business courses in college and it was one more year of classes and I could have that CPA designation as well. But once I got into the actual nuts and bolts of bookkeeping, I love the finance picture, kind of thinking big picture about how the numbers come together, but the actual day-to-day that went into the CPA education was not for me. So yeah, that's something that I stepped away from pretty early on after I started it.
So with your long list of credentials, are you done with the credentials, or are there more that you're curious to explore and achieve?
Yeah, there's plenty more. There's always additional levels of where you're at. So like I said, I have my Community Association Manager's license, but there is a professional Community Association Manager's license. So it's the next step up from that. There's also a real property manager's license. There's a certified property manager's license. There's all of these various designations where, again, starting residential and then moving to commercial, I've found that by getting these designations, you provide yourself with some credibility when you're talking to clients and with others in the industry. So yeah, the learning is always going to continue, and I'm always going to be pursuing another designation or credential.